love you all.
I love you all! Alright,
Just saying.
and welcome to Kingmaker, Part 1, Stolen Land. Any viewers, as you can see, that we only have Kevin, Zach, and Austin. The other community people that I tried to get a hold of never got back to me. So we're running with 3, which should be fun. And so first off, a little backstory for everyone. Oh, by the way, Zach, I just had to get that out of the way. And we are using the fumble deck and the critical deck. The fumble deck you have on the right-hand side, and the critical deck, when that happens, when we get to those rules, I'll explain them. But for the critical deck, you do a 1d52, and I'll look up the card on my computer. Anyways, so a little bit of backstory first. So some history about Brevoy is actually the history of 2 lands, Isia and Rossland, united into one by force. Isia, the northern half of the nation, has been sparsely settled for centuries. Numerous small villages cluster on the southern shore of the Lake of Mist and the vales in the foothills of the mountains to the east. Ugh. With the land too rocky and cold elsewhere for proper farming, the people of Isia survived on a combination of fishing and raiding. The most successful tribes even venturing across the Great Lake to sack settlements along its western or northern shores. Rossland, to the south of Lake Rakel and the Gronzi Forest, is quite different than Isia. A vast stretch of rolling hills and grasslands fed by the East Selen River and its tributaries. Talden colonists settled this area centuries ago under the leadership of Baron Syrian I, who became Syrian Aldori, first of the Adori Swordlands. Alright, Coral the Conqueror in 4499 AR. The Iberian warlord Coral Rogarvaria, known as the Conqueror, crossed the Lake of Mist and Vales with considerable force under his command. Lord Nikos Sertova of Isia met with the Conqueror on the shores of the lake under a flag of truce, and there the 2 men worked out an agreement whereby Isia would surrender its land and people to the Conqueror, but the Sertovas would retain their power and wealth, serving the new ruler as stewards and duly sworn vassal lords. Alright, the Vanishing. About 10 years ago, this happened. The Conqueror, by the way, Coral the Conqueror really didn't sit on the throne very long as he grew old and he passed on. But the Conqueror sat only briefly on the dragon-scale throne of a new nation he forged, soon leaving his family to rule in his name. For 2 centuries, the Rogarvias, pacifying minor uprisings and his family held the Ruby Fortress and ruled them from New Stettin, pacifying minor uprisings and rebellions, and working to weld 2 disparate lands into one. Under Rogarvarian rule, the nation came to be known as Brevoy and grew into a significant northern power. Yet even the greatest of dynasties do not last forever. In the middle of winter in early 4699, 200 years after the conquering, every member of House Rogarvaria simply vanished without a trace. Rumors flew of palace coups and sinister plots, but it quickly became clear that what had occurred was something altogether stranger than mere rebellion. There was no evidence of foul play or struggle within the royal palace, nor in any of the noble villas owned by the Rogarvias throughout the land. The nobles were simply gone, leaving empty manors scattered across Brevoy. In the brief chaos and panic that followed, the Sertovas had made their move. Citing their age-old ties with the Conqueror's line, they were quick to seize power in New Stettin and extend their reach across Brevoy. With all of Isia seemingly backing the move, Rossland, whose standing army and defenses had increasingly shifted north, during the Rogavarian rule, had little choice but to bend its knee once again. Today, King Noleski Sertova holds the Ruby Fortress and the Dragon Scale Throne. Yet it remains to be seen how long he can maintain this rule over a kingdom growing increasingly factitious.
Okay, real quick. So he holds, what was it, the Ruby Tower?
The Ruby Fortress.
Ruby Fortress, and what else?
The Dragon Scale Throne. In New Stettin.
Are those both in Brevoy?
Those are in New Stettin. Brevoy is the nation.
Oh.
I have some information there that you can probably see. Capital, New Stettin. Current ruler, languages and religion, imports, exports. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. For some reason, Chrome likes to take away your video and just make you seem like you have a mic only occasionally. So it's rather annoying. All right. So everyone, kind of introduce yourselves, starting from Zach to Austin, then Kevin.
What's the context? Are we just talking out of character, or are we
about your basic character build and stuff?
Sure. So I'm going to be playing Atlas Sertova. He is a fetchling, found at birth by people of the Sertova house. He was kept around because they figured he might be useful in the future. He's been away for a while, and he's back now and looking to prove himself, and whether he's looking to do it or not, it's expected of him. So that's kind of what he's doing. He's a ninja, and probably going to go 2-weapon fighting, but for right now I'm just using katana, and that's basically it. A lot of dex. It's a dex charisma build, and that's basically what I got so far.
All right, Austin.
Alright, I'm playing Roland Orlovsky, the Paladin, and he is of noble birth, but he is extremely far down the line, like second cousin down the line. His family is kind of outcasts in the noble family, and they're looked down upon, so instead of going for the whole noble aspect of life, he's gone for a more common theme, and he is a Paladin of Aristil. He wields a really big two-handed greatsword, and soon will have really nice armor, but right now he does not have any good armor. It's a strength charisma build.
All right, Kevin.
Well, my name Boss. I basically like to run around and explore and see the world and see everything out there. And that's why Boss thought this would be perfect to go to new lands. See, so many times people they fight among themselves of, I'm the mayor, I'm the king, I'm the ruler. Boss decide, you know what, no. Boss gonna make his own lands here. Boss gonna find people. Boss gonna find friends. Boss already found 2 great friends, which, this is heaven for Boss. But Boss is an excellent cook too, so Boss is gonna handle all cooking. And in essence, Boss is a little gnome barbarian that should be an absolute blast. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, it's a little bit hard to build a gnome barbarian. So he's going to be using the two-hander. In essence, he'll basically kind of act as that front liner when needed, probably dealing out decent damage, I'm hoping. Kind of hoping that the small thing, it won't be too big of an issue, but we'll have to save it. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of excited to try playing a character that is very, very different from anything I've ever played before.
All right, and everyone knows me, Matt B, the GM, and so let's get into it. You three have been presented either through various rumors or the lords have convened and sent you here. However you got to Rostov, you were presented a charter and it goes like this. Be it so known that the bearer of this charter has been charged by the sword lords of Rostov, acting upon the greater good and authority vested within them by the office of the Regent of the Dragon Scale Throne, has granted the right of exploration and travel within the wilderness region known as the Greenbelt. Exploration should be limited to an area no further than 36 miles east and west and 60 miles south of Oleg's trading post. The carrier of this charter should also strive against banditry and other unlawful behavior to be encountered. The punishment for unrepentant banditry remains, as always, execution by sword or rope. So witnessed on this 24th day of Telestral, under watchful eye of the Lordship of Rostov, and authority granted by Lord Nalesky Sartova, current regent of the Dragon's Scale throne. And so you three have met there, and you're on your way to Oleg's. And any introductions to each other that you would like to do, go for it, and tell me when you're ready to see the trading post. So this is kind of just the trip down there.
This is just traveling?
Just traveling right now.
Okay.
You guys have noticed that there's a ninja-looking guy, very odd, a paladin that wishes to aspire to be greater than he is right now, and a happy little barbarian with a little pet squirrel that he seems to chirp to every now and then and try and communicate. You two find this rather funny or intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, Atlas right now is, I'm hoping to have my stuff shipped in, if you will, from where I was training before. Right now, all I've got is just some studded leather armor and the mask that doesn't grant me anything, but just kind of like tucked in there. So I'm trying to go a little incognito right now, and just comfort for travel, I guess. But yeah, the whole outfit I could definitely pull out. Yeah, I don't know. He's just kind of hanging out and getting a feel for the people he's going to be traveling with.
Well, you definitely seem like you're going to be a great friend. In fact, Boss wants to make you something special. Let's make up some great food right now.
Right now, I think we're on the back of a cart right now, or something.
Nope.
I don't know if we can
You're
do it
not.
right now, but no.
You're all traveling by foot.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, sounds fantastic. Let's pop a squat. Let's do it.
This Boss is going to set about and let's see how his first dish. All right, you know,
7.
probably not bad.
I think Chipper fell into the stew.
No, Chipper likes the stew, sir.
Chipper will eat it on a 1.
We've all kind of got our did they, I guess, out of it, did they kind of just assemble people who were looking to, or did we form the group for? How were we formed?
So in out of game, those campaign traits kind of gave you a reason to go, to be where you are and how you got there. And so you were all just, there's a couple other groups that are adventuring other parts, and this group was formed because you showed initiative, you seemed capable, so they put you three together, and they said, between this area and this area, 36 miles east and west of this point and 60 miles south, is yours. Explore it, chart it carefully, and deal with any banditry. So basically you're just scouting the area, making maps, doing real careful scout work at the moment. And yeah, that's how they gave you this charter, and they said be on your way, and so you're now on your way there.
Well, great. Let's get to Oleg's, right?
Yep, Oleg's. All right. Anything you want to add in, Austin?
Nope.
All right.
Roland is probably just like reading his holy text as he goes.
All right. You notice the paladin of Aristil is just reading some holy text of Aristil, like a Aristil handbook, newly accepted into the order, I guess. He's excited. In fact, perhaps he was sent here by one of the Aristil churches to see about these unclaimed lands. Because Aristil's not a very popular god around these parts. I mean, it is worshipped, but it's just very rare because Aristil deals with farming, community, the lower class stuff, not big on real big cities, things of that nature.
It's extremely unpopular with the nobles.
Yes. Which is kind of funny that a noble is, worshipping. All right, and so off in the distance, let me get your guys' characters. You see a quaint little trading post on the southern edge of Rossland as you're coming across there. I'll show you the overall map. And it's kind of on a hill. You can spot it from way far off. And so you're coming down this road. I guess you should have this area kind of explored, shouldn't you? At least on the road wise. So I will. There we go. And so you come across that, and you see this quaint little place surrounded by wooden palisades that stand roughly around 10 feet high, and at each corner there are 20-foot square watchtowers. It seems like it could have been an old border fort at some point in time. Oh God, there's no. Okay, there's the map. Thank God.
And this is kind of the Oleg's trading post. It's kind of the edge of the world, sort of. I mean, the explorable.
Yeah, this is kind of like this is the last known point, and from here is where your charter states 36 miles east and west, 60 miles south. Explore that. The gate is open, actually, not closed like it shows in the picture.
Is that weird? Is that curious, or is that typical?
You don't know. You've never been here.
Is there anyone posted at the doors?
Nope.
Yeah,
No one's posted at the door.
Boss walks in.
All right, boss.
Boss.
You walk in, and this rather attractive female is coming out of. Let's see. Can I drag her picture here? I cannot. Can I? That's right. Well, son of a gun. Well, give me 1 second, and I will drag her picture on there from my computer.
Does Atlas see him and or see her, and would Roland see her?
Roland. Yeah, I mean they can if they want. It's not
Atlas is gonna look her over and then look over to Roland and say, "Are you the celibate type?"
You can have her.
So. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. She goes, yes, we've been expecting you. I'm so glad that Rostov has finally sent those men that were needed. Oh, hello there.
Hi, my name's Boss. Who are you?
I am Svetlana Levinton.
That's a very nice name.
Oh, well, Boss is a very friendly name. And what's this we have on your shoulder? Oh, he's a cute little guy.
Chipper. Chipper
Oh.
is in a bit of a fight right now, so don't look at Chipper.
Okay, I won't. So you two are talking, and this guy comes out. Well, it's about time you finally got here. It's been weeks since we sent word to Rostov. I see you've met my wife, Svetlana.
My name's Boss. Who are you?
My name's Oleg Levinton.
Oh, like the trading post name.
Yes, this be it. It's not
Is
much.
this yours?
Oh yes, it's mine. He takes a deep breath in, and he seems to look rather pleased with himself. It's far away from civilization. Oh man, it's my dream.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you. It's a little needs some work done to it, I was just trying to patch the stable roof, but
have you had any problems recently? Any attacks?
What,
or any type of bandit movement?
are you not the guards that we sent for?
Perhaps. I'm trying to get a feel of what's been happening, seeing as you left your gate wide open.
It's like,
I'll hand him the charter.
oh, you're not who we sent for. Well,
No, but maybe we could help.
we're responsible for this land.
Oh, how are you? That's
Noelski Sotova is who sent us.
well, and Svetlana breaks in. Oh, hush, Oleg. The little one here, the friendly bass, said they would help anyways. It's fine.
It's Boss, ma'am.
Friendly.
It's awesome.
Boss. All right. Well, Boss said he would help, and his little friend Chipper, although he doesn't want us to speak to it right now. Well, you go work on the roof, honey. Right this way, gentlemen. How would you like some food? And Oleg kind of grumbles off this way. Right this way.
Absolutely.
All right.
Boss chases behind.
So, am I at ease? I mean, is this...
Yeah, you're at
feeling
ease.
legit
I mean,
so far?
it's feeling legit.
All right, cool.
I mean, yeah.
I wonder what Chipper did.
Chipper didn't like the food.
All right. So, just come in here, she states, and she has some rather nice food cooked up for you. Hearty stew, warm bread, and even an open bottle of wine. She goes, I know you weren't the ones we sent for, but I'm glad that you could possibly help us. Is there anything you would like to know?
I guess what's wrong? What can we do?
Oh, bandits. The bandits out here are just terrible. About 3 months ago, they threatened to burn down our trading posts and abduct me for their own amusements, I'm sure. But
Why would they do that? You're so nice.
I know. Oleg, he's a stubborn man, but he cares for me so much. I'm sure if he had tried to fight them at some point, not only would he be dead, but I would probably be a little worse for wear as well. But they probably would have killed us if Oleg hadn't agreed to hand over all of our furs and trade goods we had accumulated over the past month from hunters and trappers around the area. But since then, the bandits, and Oleg comes in here, grabs some stew, looks at you, Atlas, and kind of breathes in. He's grumbling some stuff, but he seems to be alright. He's just angry, mad that Rostov didn't send the big group of guards, it seems like, that he was promised. And also that you're here to chart out for, possibly building a small civilization of some type. He doesn't seem too happy at that moment, But,
it'll increase your real estate property value.
well, he doesn't say anything. He just seems like,
All right.
yeah. Since then, Svetlana continues on. The bandits have returned twice more, each time within an hour of sunrise on the first day of the month. And we've learned to have our taxes ready and hand them over quickly. And they usually seem eager to return to their camp. I don't know where it's at. I think it's somewhere. It has to be like a day's ride, probably. That's my guess.
How close are we to first day of the month when they generally return?
Oh, that's what we're getting to. It's tomorrow. You guys are kind of in here in the evening time, sun setting. Oleg breaks in. Oh, the first time the bandits visited, there were about a dozen of them. I'd imagine 10 lower thugs, and they're led by a cloaked man armed with a bow and some dangerous woman that carried 2 small hatchets. Now, the woman did most of the talking on that first trip, and her black sense of humor and the way she smiled when she spoke of what fate would await my beloved Svetlana if we didn't comply frightened my wife all the more. The woman, this dangerous woman, seemed to be particularly sharp and observant, whereas the man seemed a little bit more crude and foolish. This, plus the fact that the woman nearly lopped off my right hand with one of her hatchets, convinced me that she was the most dangerous. As it was, the woman took my wife's wedding ring off her right hand, and Svetlana is kind of like looking longingly at her wedding ring, where her wedding ring would be, and she's like, "It's all right, honey. It's just material things anyway." But yeah, she took it and tossed it to one of her men as payment for not shortening my reach as some type of sick bet. On the second and third visit, though, only that crude, foolish man accompanied the bandits. The second visit, there was only 6 other men, and the third, he only came with 4. The Levingtons I suspect that the bandits have let down their guard, and I think they think that we are completely cowed. But with your help, if it looks like you're up to it, they won't even expect you.
Their unpreparedness will be their downfall. You set up the playing field quite well.
Yes.
What did they bandit on? I mean, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot out here.
There's a lot of trappers and hunters, the ranging types out here. They collect valuable hides, and they bring them up here, and I sell them to Rostov. I send acquisition orders and things like that. So I make an honest living down here, and that's really what I like. It's just, there's no man dies wishing he had worked more, but at the same time, you can't live without working.
The ramparts and defenses themselves are worthwhile of taking.
Well,
Because,
those catapults you see, they're kind of out of commission.
Well, the enemy doesn't need to know that.
Oh, I'm sure they've already noticed. They've been here a couple times.
The walls, though. You at least have walls.
Oh, yes.
In a place without walls. So
this used to be some border fort before I took it over. And Rostov granted me my right to passage here.
Is it just you two here on the property?
Yes, it is. It's me and my lovely wife, as he looks over with a kind look on his face as he eats some of the stew's actually rather good.
And
How did bosses?
Yeah, it's like 10 being the best ever. This is like a 7 or an 8.
Atlas won't answer that question. He's gonna just let Boss, think his stew's good.
But he does see Chipper loving the stew.
Yeah, Chipper really likes the bread too, like the
More
hand-baked
divine.
bread, and Svetlana's kind of like feeding Chipper under the table, trying not to let Boss notice.
Okay, well, if they're coming back tomorrow, why don't we just say hi to them?
I don't think
Hi.
I don't think they're the
Would you be okay if
friendly
we were to
type.
say hi to them while catching them off guard?
Well,
This is an area our charter covers, correct?
yes.
Yeah.
In fact, I would love it if you just hung their bodies off the wall when you're done.
Oh,
By
no, we
sword
can't
or
do
rope?
that.
Yeah, the dead deserve more dignity than that. Even
They've-
bandit scum.
They've just.
Now, if they had touched your wife, then yes, I'd hang them up. But
Maybe they just need to talk to Boss. A lot of people say that after talking to Boss, they feel better about themselves.
Ha!
So
Well,
maybe they just need to talk to Boss and they'll feel good.
you're an interesting one for sure.
Could work.
I
Our charter does
definitely
say
am-
by sword or rope for bandits.
Yep.
Yeah, by sword or rope or boss.
Or
Never
boss.
know.
we'll just
They-
pencil that part in.
The issue is that we are the only ones that are lucky enough to have a boss, because all other groups don't have a boss. They can't just put that in the paper. That's the
That's a
issue.
good point.
They can't say, rope, death, or boss. Only we got a boss.
Well, the charter, Boss doesn't have the best memory, but I had to have someone kind of read it a bit to me. But unrepent means that if they said that they were sorry, we could let them go. So maybe they'll be sorry.
Well, perhaps one or two, but I wouldn't want them being released back into the wild. They'd probably just go back.